Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake. This channel is called Jake of All Trades, and today I'm going to be getting around to Band-Maid's brand new single, What Is Justice? And I was thinking about doing like a little parody of What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Anyway, whatever. So I see that this is from a TV anime called TOUGEN ANKI? I'm not entirely sure how that's pronounced, and I don't know anything about the show, but I am hoping to find out a little bit of something here by watching the video. I don't have much more to say, so let's get started. Alright, what is justice? Baby, don't hurt me. Here we go. Going quick from the start. Love the groove. Put Misa's bass on display right from the get-go. Really like this chorus. Love the attitude there. Lyrics seem to be getting to some pretty deep themes though. That's really pretty. We got Konami doing some tapping. That was a cool image there. Been seeing a little bit of Stranger Things lately, so it's reminding me of the tentacle thing from there. I really love that lighting effect. For halftime in it. That's like such a turn. Ooh. Now we're double timing it. Oh, that was an interesting drawdown. That was epic. Alright, so I went back and reviewed that song a couple other times so that way I could try to pull some things out of it here and give a decent analysis. And one thing from the get-go, they did the thing again where they had the silent intro and I'm just like, is my volume on? I hope I didn't screw this up. And then fortunately I did not screw it up, but you guys keep doing that. Stop it. Anyway, Konami sets the tone right away with that fun, really groovy, like fast-paced riff, that da-da-da-da-da-da sort of thing going on there. And we get into the first verse, and overall, the intro is really short, and Slinky provides a nice transition into the first verse where the guitars just completely drop out, and it's just featuring Akane doing a lot of tom work, and Misa like prominently on the bass. And then even when the guitars do come in, I love how the mixing is done because it doesn't overwhelm Misa's bass, because a lot of times in songs, the bass guitar almost feels like an afterthought. It's usually blended really well with the guitar, so it just feels like one unit, but the way they mix this is that Misa is just separate, but she's still cohesive within the song itself, but still like a separate audible piece to the music, and I love that because she deserves to be featured prominently given how amazing of a bassist she is. So we go from the first verse and then get into the chorus, and that hook, "What is justice?" is like such a great hook right from the get-go. You don't have to like wait for the hook, it's right there. And so I love the writing with the melody there. And then like at the end of the chorus, like the way that Psyche just kind of sounds exasperated by the end of the chorus, just it like she has that look on her face like, I can't take this anymore. And then she's just like that little attitude thing, like, don't you? Like this little cutting, don't you? Way to end it. And then we go back into the intro riff. I love the way that she delivers those lines. I love how that ties in with the lyrics, because I'm not the best lyrical interpreter, but from what I'm gathering from it, it just feels like they're writing about being confused about what justice truly is. I mean, that's the name of the song, so should be able to get that one right away, Jake, right? But they sound so exasperated and so confused, and it's like they're mired in the controversy of it all, of like, they want there to be justice, but they don't know what the conclusion is, or like how to bring about justice. And it seems to just create this feeling of confusion and being overwhelmed, that they're just like, you know what, I just want to cast it all off, and I just want to follow my dreams and be myself, and don't you poison me with your version of whatever you think justice is and however you want to control me with it. I just want to cast all that off, be myself, and do what I do. And I want there to be justice, and I don't want things to be like tearing me down, and I do want like retribution for the things that people have done. But at the same time, I don't want to be like caught in the never-ending web of trying to figure all this out, because it is bigger than one person can handle. Maybe I'm injecting my own personal experiences into this, I mean, with the way that the world is today, and trying to keep up on stuff and trying to understand like where everyone's coming from on things. It becomes overwhelming and depressing, and I just like, you know, what is justice? I don't care. Like, I just want to push it all away and be like, I'm gonna focus on me and my life and what I can do and what I can handle. Anyway, we get back into the intro riff, and then we get into verse 2, where instead of the guitars dropping out, the guitars stay for the entire thing. But then one of the things I noticed throughout it was that the lead guitar part transitions channels throughout the verse. It starts off in the left channel, and then halfway through the verse it goes center panned, and then by the end of it it's right panned. So for me, here, you there. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of a cool choice to just kind of have it move across the channels as it progressed. Plus, like right before we get into the second chorus, there's like that inky tentacle thing that just like kind of right out of the back of the silhouette. And I've been watching a little bit of Stranger Things lately, and it just reminds me of like the tentacle things in the upside down, and I don't know. That's just what came to mind. Anyway, so then we go back to the second chorus, and once we get to the bridge, I really, really love the visuals, like the way that the spotlights were shining down, but in a whole bunch of like super bright colors. I thought that was a gorgeous, gorgeous shot. Like the bridge instrumentals are so different from each other. You have Psyche doing one thing, you've got the guitars doing like their own separate things, the bass is kind of doing its own separate thing, and the drums, like everyone's doing something very different, and it doesn't seem like it should be cohesive, but it is. They're not like playing in unison like you would think, like during the chorus, for example, where everything is just all meshed together in one unit. These are all separate things. I feel like the chorus could be described in thinking of food, like a cake. It's like you've got all the separate ingredients, but it's all baked together and forming one thing, the cake. Whereas I feel like the bridge is more of like a salad, where you have all of the individual pieces prominently part of the salad, but they're all creating one meal, the salad, but they're more distinct. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway. Then we get into the solo, and they kind of go from like the, you know, general sort of upbeat, groovy sort of feel to like half timing it during it. And the thing that I liked the most about the solo was like right at the end when Konami's like kind of bending up like really high on the neck, and she's like got the tremolo picking along with it. I really, really liked that. That was awesome. Then the transition back to the chorus was really, really fascinating because it almost seems like they just pulled like a single bar from the intro riff and then had like a little drum fill and then back to the chorus, and you're like, I did not have enough time to process what was going on there. And then we get to the second half of the final chorus, and it seems like they kind of go back to like the intro riff, but they're double timing it. Wakane on the drums, like double timing the rhythm there. And a piece of that I was thinking was pretty interesting was Psyche's high notes to like cap it off. She's singing that high note, and then like she starts to fall off of it, but she falls off of it very unconventionally. It's like she's holding it, and then she kind of like she's exasperated. The kind of like this whole being mired in all the complexities of like what is justice and how do we deal with the complexities of everything that's going on. Almost like I don't care anymore. Screw this. Then finally we cap it off with going back to the intro riff, which for Band-Maid, it's like are we going to cap it off with like a satisfying end with the reprisal of the intro riff? Or are we going to just suddenly cut it off and be like, whoa, I did not realize that was the end of the song. They do that a lot, so it's kind of like you're on your toes. Like, are we going to revisit and end it conventionally? Or are we going to do something completely off the wall here? So I enjoyed the song. I really, really enjoyed the song, and I didn't really get to see any sort of references to the anime at all, so I might have to look it up just to maybe get a little bit of more context for like how they wrote the song and what inspired the song. So anyway, but that's it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss anything going forward. And if you have any other suggestions for songs I should check out from Band-Maid, leave it in the comment. I'll give you a shout out whenever I do those videos. Also, I want to thank Jonas S. for supporting me on Patreon. I really, really appreciate it. But that's it for this one. Thank you again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you, and rock on.